Hi everyone. If I had to take a bet on if you surveyed a bunch of people and you asked them what their favorite parsha was in the entire Torah, not saying that one parsha would be better than another, say the majority of people would pick this week's parsha, Parshat Vetchanan, as their favorite parsha. There's a lot in this week's parsha. There's Shema, the Aseret, the Dibra, the Ten Commandments, a lot of stuff. Now, one thing I want to focus on is the Ten Commandments, right? It's the second time we're seeing the Ten Commandments in the Torah. The first time was in Parshat Yitro months and months and months ago. And now we're seeing it again. And there are some differences in the Ten Commandments, which I've spoken about in years past. One of them being that being Shabbos, the way the Torah talks about Shabbos in the Ten Commandments. Back in Yitro, it says the reason why we celebrate Shabbos is to commemorate the Ma'aseh Bereshis, the creation of the world, that Hashem worked on 6 days, and on the seventh day He rested, and that was Shabbos. Right? Great. And back in Yitro, it uses the word Zachor, Yom HaShabbat. You should remember the seventh day, right, in commemoration of that seventh day after the 6 days of creation. Now here, in Devarim, the recap that Moshe is giving before the Jewish people go into the land of Israel, the word switches from Zachor at Yom HaShabbat to Shamor at Yom HaShabbat, to guard Shabbos. So we really have to take a step back here, and I think a beautiful answer to this is given by the Meshech Chachma, a contemporary rabbi, more recent, early 1900s, who says that what's the purpose of Shabbos, right? The purpose of Shabbos is to connect to Hashem. It's our one opportunity a week to really connect to Hashem. And the difference between Zachor and Yom HaShabbat, to remember, and Shamor, to guard, really is embodied in the Jewish people themselves as they go through the desert. So in the beginning, when the Jews came out of Egypt and they're in the desert, they're at Har Sinai, right? Those Jews, they had the commandment of Zachor, to remember. Why so? Because what were they doing at Har Sinai when they were settled at Kadesh? What were they doing in all these places? They were learning Torah. They were connecting to Hashem on an everyday basis. They were doing it every day. They didn't have mundane tasks. Everything they were doing was L'Shem Shamayim, was for the sake of heaven, for their connection to Hashem. So therefore, when Shabbos came around, they had to celebrate Shabbos. Why? To be Zachor, right? That was the only thing that made sense in that context. They had Shabbos to commemorate that Hashem created the world, and on the seventh day He rested. So too, they'll rest from some of their tasks, but they're still connected to Hashem, just like they would have been during the week, just they're not doing active the 39 malachot. Now, as the Jewish people are they're entering Israel, the word switches to Shamor, to guard. Why? Because now the Jews are about to get busy. They're about to be like us, I'd say, or we are like them, like what they're about to be in a few weeks when they get into the land of Israel. And they are going to have other stuff to do during the week. They're going to have to farm. They're going to have their battles to fight, a lot of stuff. They're not always going to be able to learn Torah. Therefore, the purpose of Shabbos almost changes, right? The way to connect to Hashem is to learn Torah. So now the word switches from Zachor, from just a commemoration, to Shamor, to taking an active step to put the mundane aside, all the muksa, all the stuff on Shabbos that's prohibited, and to take Shamor, to take that step to then go learn Torah and guard it. It's called Shomer, right? Someone who celebrates Shabbat in an observant manner is called a Shomer Shabbos person, Shomer Shabbat, right? They guard Shabbat, and in a way that I guess the best way to put it is in a sacred way. This is something that you value, and that you're not going to compromise your values to break, I'd say. So my bracha to all of us this week is that we should really take a lesson from both Shamor and Zachor to really realize that there are two reasons for celebrating Shabbos, but one of them really applies more to us, should be really at the forefront of our Shabbos observance in our entire lives, that the goal of Shabbos is to put our week away for all intents and purpose, and to be able to just connect to Hashem and learn Torah. And the best way to do that is to embody this word of Shamor, to take on these rabbinic prohibitions that are put on to ensure that we're able to just focus on our sole goal to connecting to Hashem on Shabbos. And with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.